to our home. I wanted to show some of the fall and a little bit of Halloween decor that I've put out this year. I've made so many changes in the home. This dresser was in my son's room. It used to be mine when I was a teenager. I found it at an antique mall, and my mom got it for my room when I was 16. Certainly holds its classic value. I still love it. I made that wreath there out of muslin cut into strips around a wreath form from Hobby Lobby, and have just collected some pumpkins and some fun fall pictures of my kiddos. There's Autumn ABCs by Little House Needleworks and Miss Baxter's House by Stacy Nash. And then I made those sconces. I got the idea from Deb at Country Stitchers. And I'd seen it on Pinterest too, but she inspired me to try it. It's just held on there with E6000. There's no other hardware holding it on. Really like that. And I have a sampler that is gonna go here, but that's gonna be a work in progress. I have some bee things up the stairs, but I can't make it over that gate while I'm filming, and Dahlia is a mess, so gonna have to save that for another time. The wreath I made probably 5 or 6 years ago, and I just added a pumpkin sign in the middle. And I like that chalkboard I got out of a dumpster. It was a dry erase board being thrown away, and I made it into a chalkboard. I think I spray painted it with chalkboard paint. And up top is my great grandma's quilt. Sorry if that makes you dizzy. I always like to showcase a quilt there. It's a good place. And here's my corner cabinet. I had changed this color scheme in the room because of a gift, and I'll show you that here in a second. But I really like the way it turned out. It looks like Sophia didn't get put up correctly. My daughter fell into this last night trying to play with Dahlia, and so everything came out on that bottom shelf. That's Potting Shed by Brenda Gervais. And here's my mom's painting. She did at a girls' night thing at our church, 2018. We'll always treasure that. And a mirror I've had for 25 years. Speaking of 25 years, our home was established then. So I painted that sign at a friend's bridesmaid party. It's very large. I don't know if you can tell the scale of it, but it took me a while. I used stencils, of course, but it was still a lot of work. And then this table is my new gift that necessitated a change in this room. We had kind of an aqua and pastel scheme in here, but with this olivey toned upholstery, that needed to change. I haven't quite figured out my centerpiece. This is just kind of temporary. And the lace is too long because the table extends to include all 10 chairs. Is that right? 8 chairs. And eventually I want to rearrange this room so that I can accommodate that. Like for Thanksgiving, when we have my brother's family or my dad and in-laws, we'll need all those spaces. So I want to move this piano out to the other corner and extend this table. But I love the way it looks. It's really turned out nice. Those are drop cloth curtains. gonna be actually getting rid of this so that I can scoot the piano down, and then I'll move this hutch somewhere else. I haven't decided. There's some of my grandma's cross stitch and a quilt she made. And then Dahlia's having a little snooze over here. I have some pretty pillows that I embroidered for fall, but as you can see, those spots sort of get taken. So these chairs stay covered with some fleece blankets that I cut in half, or a fleece blanket I cut in half. Here's my office that I think I'm gonna move upstairs. Dahlia likes to get up on to my desk and steal paper and chew it. So I really think I'm gonna be moving this whole scenario upstairs. I used to keep a lot of my crafting stuff there, like there's some washi tape. Here is the TV room that's also changed quite a bit since you saw it last in a home tour. This back wall was painted a color called Cavern Clay because the furniture I got off of Facebook Marketplace for $50 was so warm. I just didn't like it on a white wall. It also really is a good color for samplers and antique things. So I just did that one wall and wrapped around to the fireplace. I thought about doing the whole room, but I think probably I will just keep it like this. So there's just some little Halloween things. This Halloween medley I did last year, and I forgot to show in my tote extravaganza. I keep it hanging in the hallway, so it wasn't there. I used a little wooden haunted house that I got from Joann's last year to kind of fill in that space in the frame. I really like that. And I usually put some bats up and around. I've had these for years, so I'm actually starting to run out of bats. I think I used to have like a dozen or two, and now I just have like 6, but they still look cute. Just put them up with masking tape, and that works out really well. I wanted to show my mantle a little better. Sorry if I'm making you seasick. I have my autumn banner that I made a long time ago and a painting I did several years ago in my favorite reds and sunflowers. And I have this quilt ladder my mom gave me. I don't think I had that last time. She got that on Facebook Marketplace. I actually need a larger one, but that's okay. It's fine for little kind of antique quilts there. And I love blue and white on orange, by the way, or on terracotta. Such a pretty combination. This cabinet is kind of hard to see, and I've actually combined some things from the other curio cabinet that I used to have upstairs. So it's a little bit crowded in here, but it's just full of treasures from places we've traveled, like Puerto Rico, Israel, Mexico, things that we've picked up, just little odds and ends, and some fun family photos. Look at Papa and Elijah. I thought they looked a lot alike in that photo. I think I showed this in my last Flosstube, but here's Parson Brown from, no, not Parson Brown, that's the snowman. This is Reverend Gordon Squashbottom and Matilda Hornbuckle. I think I'm gonna have kind of a Pumpkinhead people collection. Oh, and there's my little Barbara Anna with some homemade sunflowers I made. And my Hickety Pickety cat. Like I said, I have a Pumpkinhead plan. This scarecrow I have upstairs needs to get painted. Hopefully I'll get that done this year, maybe next. And then here's a frame waiting for all creatures, great and small. More motivation. I just want to look at it and say, get it done, get it done. Here's my Halloween rules. Sorry if I don't. And it's pretty large. It takes up a good amount of space, but I really like it there. I also have Christmas rules, so I'll put that there in Christmas time. And I need something for all year round. I'm thinking of another rules that Lizzie Kate did that's more neutral. I do a seasonal tree. My mom thought it was kind of crazy, but I like it. it becomes sort of a fun place. And I want to do some Halloween ornaments with price gluer charts to add to that. And the other thing I wanted to show you is my new stitching chair. I was so happy to find this a couple days before my birthday. It's a Lane recliner. I paid, I think it was $35 for it. And if there was a chair that personified me, I think this would be it. I was so happy. I love this dark color. It's my favorite. And I love roses. So it's girly, but it still fits in with our leather. And this couch is new as well. I got this for my 25th wedding anniversary. I didn't want jewelry. I needed furniture. So my mom talked me into going to a consignment store. We were headed to Ashley or Rooms to Go, one of those places with a budget that we had, not very big, of course. But Mom encouraged me, no, don't do it. You know it's not gonna be as good a quality. Not that some people don't have good luck with Ashley, but there's 6 of us and our furniture takes a beating. So I found this couch for $499 and it's Ethan Allen. When I got home, I looked on ethanallen.com and I did not see a single leather sofa for less than $3,000. So I was thrilled. It needs a little bit of touch up. I bought some paint on Amazon and I've been scared to try it, but I'm gonna be doing that on a few of these little scuffs here and there. But that takes away the preciousness of it, makes it more usable for us. I won't feel so worried, like, don't hurt the couch, don't hurt the couch. I mean, I do to an extent, but not to the level I would if I had paid $3,000 for it. I also put in my mom's, she called it a deacon's bench. I think that's what it's called. And it's kind of covered right now with blankets. My daughter likes to lay on it. And I painted it red. It was, I think it was a light aqua color. And I also painted that little chair over there red. My favorite color. It was just some red paint I got in an Oops bin for $1, and then I used some overglazing to make it kind of antique-y. And speaking of antique-y, I also darkened these chairs. Last time you saw them, they were just blonde wood that I've had for probably 10 years, and I'm so much happier with them painted dark. They match so much better with my chandelier and my kitchen cabinets. I also recently sewed these curtains. We had not had any wall coverings here or window coverings here, but my dog stalks us when we're eating and scratches off all the window screens. So we put up these pull down blinds, pull down shades, and the top looks so ugly. So I had to do something. I used some red or burgundy homespun. It's that woven fabric, and just did a quick balance with some twine. Kind of primitive, but I really like it. And there's that sign that I painted about 15 years ago now, maybe 12. Found that wood in a field across from our house in Durant. We had a zero decorating budget, which we still have a zero decorating budget, but I had to use what I had. I just polished up this chandelier a bit a minute ago. It's one of my favorite things in the house. I swapped it out from an old ugly brass piece, and I think it's just a nice focal point. I do have some stitching over here. This is my sunflower manor. It lives right there. And I am gonna be starting the winter piece soon. I just got the fabric in. So, gonna finish up that series. I have lots on my fridge, trunk or treat, things for my doctor, things like that, so. And that paper wreath I made is getting a little bit faded. I'm glad I put up the shades. I think I'm gonna change that out soon. I have some stitching over here. It's gonna be hard to show with this backlit window. I might try to insert, I will. I'm gonna try to insert a photo of that or a video of that at night when you can actually see it. I did put up this shelf since the last home tour. I wanted to cover some of those cracks. It's not quite wide enough, but I still like it. It has a truck and some pumpkins and I like to decorate that for Christmas, and then the rest of the year it just has some greenery and stuff. And my tier tray is kind of messy. I just kind of have a bunch of hot chocolate and lemonade and napkins and things on it, but it also has some cute little ceramics. And I'm trying to think. Oh, I missed a spot over here. This display has my sunflower berry and some pumpkins my friend Ginger crocheted for my kids. Just handmade things. I might put my little witch display in there and swap it out, or I might wait for Christmas. I have a fun bow on my lantern. Here's my display with my Monster Mash embroidery pillows. It's a little crowded in there, but it's fun. In fact, I think I lost one of my pillows there. Yep. And I like to have these little eyeballs from Dollar Tree. Kind of amuse me, especially with those eyeballs on the Monster Mash pillows and my jacks. So that kind of morphs from fall into Halloween by just adding in extra stuff and a little bit of black mesh. Had this basket forever. Keep my wax melts in that. And then this display, I still have to finish my fall whirligig. I have my summer there, but the colors are good, so not too worried. And I have moved in my Love Never Fails from Barbara Anna. I love the colors of it. In fact, it sort of inspired this whole room 3 years ago when I started stitching it. I love the interplay of the orange and the blue and the terracotta and brown. So I did change this. I don't mention it very often, but I changed the color from black to 3371. Nicole had recommended that on Nicole's Needlework, and I'm so glad I did that. It works a lot better in our house. See how the black is so much more harsh? I like it both ways, but for that frame, that was a good choice. And I love this cake pan on a stick that I found at my favorite antique mall. Keeps things out of Dahlia's reach. So that is my main living area. I'm working on my bedroom and rearranging everything in there. I'll probably show that eventually. But I thank you for letting me share my home with you and hope that you find it inspiring and not feel that you can't use what you have to make something beautiful or something that you find on the side of the curb. All of it works. Have a blessed day.